We've had an exciting morning. Third party delivered our windows today, which is very exciting. They basically went through the ditch and bumped all the contents of their truck that's inside. 4 windows were just outright broken.
Oh, baby.
I'm in.
Okay, good. Flip it over to 5.
I don't like being Benny. Benny's job is hard.
Thursday and Friday left, and not all of Friday is what the forecast is saying. We're not going to get the roof on. Hi, I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Casey.
Welcome to our farmstead, Cornucopia Orchards.
The boys and I were waiting for our windows to be delivered when we heard cracking and crashing. The driver had called to let me know they'd be by soon, and I made sure they'd gotten instruction on when to turn. They still drove past.
So this is the favorite part that I have about this whole experience. When they came to my driveway, there was willow branches on the truck. They literally backed into this little knot turnaround and hit this willow tree and shattered it. You can see this whole branch. The majority of the tree came off of that tree. They just wrecked it. Because we have it's a very sharp turn from that direction. They basically went through the ditch and bumped all the contents of their truck that's inside and threw everything around. We are taking inventory of damage to our windows. So a lot of windows have, probably hard to see this here, scrapes that will come off with some effort. These are amazing windows to survive this. Only the loss as few as we did. You can see there's lots of shards of glass. That's actually from a different window that fell on top of this and broke. This one does have a torn screen on the other side. So this one has a screen that got busted in, busted up and torn. This one, you can see that screen is just completely thrashed. These two came out okay. I don't see anything wrong with either of these two. These are all fine. They were strapped twice, these tall ones. This one, there's substantial screen damage on the bottom, on the back. Might not be able to see it, but right there, enough to where bugs will be able to get in. And I think one of these had a busted up top piece. Yeah, you can see that. Kind of right there by my finger. See that? That's the only one of these I found where that's like that. This one, another one with screen damage, easier to see from the other side. Let's see. Yeah, you can see that tear. These tall ones were strapped properly. They did not come out. So you can see that screen is wrecked on this window. And like these got hit hard. Like that should come off. Major window screen damage on this one. You can see that one's badly beat up. Not gonna stop any bugs. Another tear. That one's gone, it's toast. These ones, they all survived. They don't have screens. Man, what a mess. Our lumber package today is supposed to arrive sometime between 3 and 5, which is an exception, and I'm very grateful for our driver being willing to make a long day to get this out to me as quick as possible. So we'll be getting that in, and then tomorrow we should be able to get beams and all that stuff. Right now, I'm gonna try and get all of the hangers and the joists that I can, including rim joists. I have some of the 16 footers. They didn't carry it in stock, and so I grabbed it from a competitor. Just needed it fast. And so we're gonna get those placed up today and get ready. Always an exciting start to the day. Whenever I work longer than I should and start to get too tired, I make mistakes like this. So last time I installed this over here as a single, not a doubled up 2x10 for the floor joists. And looking at this morning, I thought it was strange, and then realized the plans had this doubled up one back. So I counted 1, 2, 3, and then placed it, and it should have been 1, 2, and then placed it at 3. So I had to pull this out, move it over, and then install a double on this side. So yesterday, I just kind of knuckle to the grindstone, nose to the grindstone. I put something to the grindstone, whatever that body part might be. Not a lot that I did yesterday was all that interesting or new, but let me just run you through it real quick. My day's worth of work condensed in a few moments. Rim joist is all the way around minus that side, and then the two ends on the far over there. And then that's basically everything. The outsides are mostly done, and that's the important part because of the way the floor joists run. They're going into the outside. I got the rim joists up also around the stairway, stairwell, I guess. And I got all the hangers on of the beams that I hadn't done on the outsides previously, and we're of course missing this one beam. But other than that, those are all done. Doesn't really feel like a whole lot, but it took me more or less the whole day. In the evening, we got the rest of our lumber, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this is all that we need to order. So these are all 2x10s. They're going to be used in this floor up here. The floor sheathing, that is because I mistakenly thought that these eaves that are basically going to be unfinished between, you know, the triangle of the roof, they actually are sheathed. It's a structural thing, and I just had failed to understand that in the plans. Regular 2x4 studs, 92 and 5/8, and I genuinely had mistaken the count on those with my very quick and easy guess. They were never the most expensive, so, you know, I wasn't super worried, and I was kind of in a rush when I guesstimated out the interior wall. All that's left of that size of board is just a wall here, and then one over here, one little wall here, and some closet work over here. So long story short, let's get ourselves going for the day, and I'm gonna get all that material put into the shop, or into the house here.
This is going to take me a while. I wonder if I can go faster. A little better, but I'm just getting warmed up. Let's try ludicrous speed, shall we? If only it worked that way. So much moving things around.
Yeah,
This
I
is
was
what
just
it
gonna.
looks like before we try to push the beam through the wall. And this is
Ben's idea.
after we try to push the beam through the wall.
So Ben's idea slash the first idea we had for that, there's a big old beam up there we got to get in today. It's the same as this one, which is 15 inch by 17 foot, 5.5 inch wide. So we got to get it up to the top of the building here and get it in place.
Riding board.
I just wanted to ride. That's all.
Too much effort. You're gonna have to back up
Now we can turn it. Which way are we trying to go, Ben? Towards dab?
I don't know. I just wanted to turn. Yes, sure.
All right.
I'll watch. Okay, we're on.
All right.
So you go ahead.
Let's shift that over on the little sidewall, Benny? Onto this wall, right? So that it can
Yes,
like,
we can totally do that. I want to go in.
you want to what?
Go in a bit further. I think.
Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to pull as effectively as
True,
push.
you might. Right, you holding it up down that side? What's gonna keep crashing down here is just a bit.
It'll pop, yeah.
Which I don't really like. Watch out for you. Don't get reached. Coming crashing down here. Just out, Damien.
Damien, go.
Out.
Now. You will.
You get in trouble, little man.
Clark, you take your brother and you keep him at the top of the hill.
Don't get
No,
left.
Clarky.
Please.
That's not. Alright, let's just. So we got board mostly up onto the floor here. Obviously, we chose to go with the first idea we'd had, Ben's idea, if you will, and we're gonna go ahead and bring it in the rest of the way into here, get it turned over and get it cut, and we'll probably take a break before we get it up into position on there, and work on some of the ready to go floor joist sections. Yeah. Oh. Got it?
Yep.
Very nice. So we are just using a highly insufficient circ saw. Have to flip it. Already have cut the other side once for this cut, and have to slice this, and then additionally I'll have to use my little recip saw just to finish it out. But it's one of those tasks where I just didn't have to do it often enough to justify the purchase of a proper saw for this, a beam saw, or even just to get a circ saw that's got a broader blade to be able to make that, you know, at least 2 cuts. So one of those things where it depends on your circumstance. If you're a pro builder, then it makes sense. If you're not a pro builder, then maybe it doesn't, and you can spend that money somewhere else. Dad and Ben are working on getting the joists up into the hangers, pre-marked. Apparently I used the wrong terminology. I put it as 5'4" and something instead of the inch numbers, and this was very greatly confusing. Am I wrong? 2 thumbs down. Not perfect, not bad.
I don't know my pants. I ripped my pants.
Were you just teasing me about
I exposed my second layer.
I ripped my pants. What was he saying about? Oh, we need to remember cut for the saddle. This guy, see if I can get you a view there. That beam had a very hard time fitting into that saddle up there. So we're gonna cut this big beam down here around the bottom. I'm just gonna groove it and then probably take the, not the sander, probably take the planer and just buzz that up enough for that metal piece. So I'm gonna come out, say 6 inches, and I'm just gonna buzz it like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna get the planer and we're gonna get that touched up.
We can put the beam up now, that's fine.
Nice picture of my backside.
As always. Perfect every time.
That's right. It is, isn't it?
This is made of a fish. It's not made of wood.
Yes, it's made in salmon.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I rub it. That's what I do with all shark food.
Very light.
Why is it so light?
I cut off.
4 inches.
All right. Now with my boom box, I have to climb the ladder. Now, ram it into my heel a bit.
That's what it does.
Oh,
Why okay, Dad?
why come backward? Oh, there's a step down. Coming! Me, why is it so easy? Oh, yeah, do it. That's very Boombox! You only have like 4 inches on. Okay, well, don't let me fall off. I don't want to die.
I'll see you above the head.
Oh gosh! You need to come my way. Can you make it come my way?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. We are on barely.
Okay, well,
You want to screw around? I have difficulty here. Oh, earplug.
okay, Ben. Yep.
What, your way?
One too far. There we go. Well, should I try and be the Ben?
You want to hold the ladder down?
Yep.
Oh,
I'm in.
okay, good.
I don't like being Benny. Benny's dropping hard.
Beam heavy! Beam, why am I having difficult time?
For record, Benny's drop hard.
I mentioned on the other. So I mentioned on the other beams that I had to use an extra long SCWS screw, wood screw to hit the beam, but because this header is extra large, I only have the crown plate to go through, so I'm just going to nail it.
I need to get my ear protection.
Okay, 3/4, okay. 5/8.
Oh, that's good enough. That's 71. That's 511.
Yes.
So you can see I started to do marks, trying to extrapolate, because I'm measuring from the outside of the rim joist, trying to extrapolate position, and then I had to also subtract additional space because this is, the previous run is off-centered from 16-inch to the narrower side, and so there's a lot of math, a lot of mathing. So I just tossed a nail in, and we're going to use that to get our marks. We'll hold it, and I can get my marks that way and just use the on centers that are on the tape measure. Or should Jeremy work on brackets for this one?
Yes. One or the other.
Well, this one involves measuring, so maybe I should do that. very dusty. So Ben is catching up to Dad and I, getting all these nailed in,
Slow.
even though he keeps dropping all the nails.
You don't need that.
Maybe that's why he's catching up to us, because all we're doing is picking up his nails.
That's right. It's better than dropping me.
True, true. Ben on the head is heavier than nail. So we are mostly done, not entirely done, but mostly done with the joists on this attic or bonus floor. And we are gonna go ahead and start sheathing and get that going. We're gonna just run this long stretch, and then we'll also go wide over to the other beam now that that's installed. And then the outsides, when we get to it, that'll probably be tomorrow. All right, so we're ending the day here. There's basically Thursday and Friday left, and not all of Friday is what the forecast is saying. We're not gonna get the roof on. That's definitely not gonna happen at this point, but we will have all this sheathing on, and I should be able to help divert some of the rain from, going down through the boards just by putting up some tarps over top of it, maybe. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but even if that just gets it to kind of, go to 1 or 2 spots, that would be helpful. Keep the rust off, and I definitely have the tarps, so I may do that. Let me show you where we're at here. So we have a few hangers left. My wife just got the hanger, joist hangers home. And then that's basically on that side, plus that one right there, which I have to make work right along that metal piece. Super fun. And then over on that side, the hangers are in, but I need to put in the actual joists. And then we have about 20 sheets left of sheathing to work in. And we're just doing an 8-on-4 pattern here. This is the stairwell we've got right here. And depending on exactly what the weather actually ends up doing, I may just skip working on those stairs until the roof is on. Not too difficult for us to get the materials up here through that void, and it'd be a lot faster. The stairs will take me a couple days, probably, at least a day. Even with them being a simple run, probably about a day. So that's what we're looking at here, and gotta tell you, I could get used to this. What do we say?
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Oh, yes.